midget action. Midget heat race number 1. Now, just Reds here for midget heat 1 off the front row will be the 7M of Travis Buckley. Starting next to him will be the 78A of Ken Palmer. On the second row in the 63A will be Jaden Worthington, and next to him in grid number 4 will be the 10M of Mitch Osborne. Starting out of the third row, the 39A will be Peter Honeybell. Next to him will be the 54A, Michael Wickens. In the 7th position, we move back to the number 25M of Aaron Hodgson, and starting next to him will be the 22A of Jay Turtle. The youngster starting out of position number 9 will be Mitch Babish, and starting next to him will be the 91M of Hayden Hunter. Moving back to position number 11 will be the 68P of Chris Baggery, and starting next to him out of position number 12 will be the 41P of Shane Jewett. Then we move back to group position number 13, your new New Zealand champion, Hayden Williams. Next to him, another fast man, 2NZ, Ryan Baker. Starting out of position number 15 will be the 84A, and next to him, the 98A of Ryan O'Connor. And last but not least, out of position number 17, the 5A of Matt Savage. So just as we look at the last couple of cars pushed off here, we see the Items New Zealand pace car traveling around the speedway. That is a good friend of the late great Bryce Townsend, and that's Graham Drummond and the Smart Water Items New Zealand pace car here at Huntley International Speedway. So just as we look to get Hayden Williams and Michael Pickens pushed off, I know we're up for some action here in midget heat race number 1, Marco.
Yeah, most definitely. Good to see these guys out here, of course, with some of the changes as well. But the changes will, of course, one of the Gary Battlefield. This will be something that will be a good race for him as well. Winning all the way through from start to finish out.
Yeah, it was absolutely spectacular. He drove the absolute feels of that race, and I don't know, he's a man that's definitely been a quiet achiever ever since sprints throughout the season, and just slowly chipping away, getting some runs on the board. And I tell you what, he took restart after restart, and no one could touch him.
Yeah, good to see. Also, Carter Tyre number 2 in Zeta, Ryan Baker, of course, straight up from TQ's doing a good season as well. I want that number 2 on his car, being in quite a lot more. International, but a great number 54 car here, but Mr. Excitement, your new national champion, that is the one of Hayden Williams.
That's right. So if you want to catch a little bit of action here, Dave and Hal's Track Roadshow Racing World podcast on YouTube. Make sure you jump on board. Dave and I obviously documenting our road trip down here to Huntley Speedway here tonight to give you all your action on and off track. So the drivers just finishing off themselves into position, getting gridded up. We'll see the 7M of Travis Buckley and midget rookie off the front row, a few dusting of wheels there before we even take the green with Ken Palmer and Travis Buckley on the front row. But a local man, a man who's done plenty of laps around the speedway, the 63 Marco of Jaden Worthington.
Yes, Jaden Worthington, always fast and quick. He's always there or thereabouts as well. Travis Buckley, of course. Alison, let's have to say hello down here in the Waikato.
Well, that's very pleasant, but I'm sure these drivers want to be doing all their action and providing a good show for the crowd under green. I'm sure racing will be getting going in a lap's time. 10 laps will be the distance here around Huntley International Speedway here for the midgets. It looks like Ken Palmer just learned his lesson there from getting too close to Travis Buckley in the Remax machine. So stacked field here. A driver who's definitely got, well, several drivers that have got a point to prove. It's a stacked midget field, as we say, but drivers the likes of the 1 and 2 here down in the back of the field. What can we see here? Lights are out. What are we going to see? Action of plenty. 10 laps of distance with the 7 and 78 off the front row, and we go green. And all kinds of marbles. Ken Palmer having a little dust up here. Pickens caught up as well as we go yellow. So I'll tell you what, Mark, I feel the drivers getting caught out and taken to the slot down here on the pole line. Start here.
Yeah, actually called out actually. So Ken Palmer just absolutely went the wrong way at that start. Not too sure what he was trying to do on that, but just watch it. Maybe the car setup was just not quite right in this Huntley track, but he's got another chance now to get it right. Maybe just to get the chance to sort of pull up 3 wide down there on the back straight.
That's right. And we just see the 39 of Peter Honeybell just pulls over into the slot there on the inside. So unsure what's happening. Peter Honeybell
driver, so maybe there are some issues that he's just wanting to, well, they've just noticed, there you go, as they come over, so maybe there's some issues, Alistair, that he just doesn't want to actually try and force it on this first one, because it is going to be a long night, especially with the feature race, the BT Memorial. It is 40 very long laps of fury later on.
That's right, and we will see an empty grid space out of position number 1 to acknowledge the late grade Bryce Townsend as well for that feature. So there will be an empty grid spot as we see Hayden Williams actually climbing out of that car, Marco. So not the start to the night for the New Zealand champion. We'll see the 39 of Peter Honeybell getting a restart, and he will have to start off the back of the field, although he sees himself going back into his original grid spot, which was not what the drivers were told at driver's briefing, and almost gets all out of shape. So Aaron Hodgson knows that rule. That will mean Honeybell, obviously, whether you're prime cause of an incident or not, or whether you just stop on the racetrack, you will have to be restarted off the back of the field. So just wait and see here whether the 25 of Aaron Hodgson has something to say about that. Will he get Honeybell back in? Now we see the other BSL Terra machine of Mitch Osborne pulling to the skid pad. So not the start to the night for the Terra BSL racing squad, as we already see 2 of their drivers parked on the infield. So you see the drivers, we look to be back in almost original grid positions, and we will be going green here, but with an empty grid spot. So full original grids. So hence why the 39 of Peter Honeybell gets back into his original grid spot. They'll have an empty spot for both the 10M of Mitch Osborne and the current 1NZ of Peter Williams, who is starting out of position number 13. So a little bit less work for a few of the drivers trying to cut their way through the pack here in this one. And a driver who's going to be happy about that with an empty grid spot in front of him will be the 54, 9-time New Zealand midget champion Michael Pickens. So we just look to get back into position. I'd say we'll be going green next time by, Marco.
Yeah, most definitely. And of course, a lot of young guns in this field. Travis Barkley, Mitch Babish is one, but they've got a wealth of knowledge to use, one including that former national champion Tony Babish's father.
That's right. So speaking of experience, Travis Barkley heading off to the States in a few weeks' time to take the midget sprint car action as we look to go green, picking up the throttle. As we go green. Great start. It's good. Likely to go back to original grids once again, Marco.
Yeah, so Ryan O'Connor, of course, is the one that we pulled out of that one. Ryan O'Connor, of course, coming through sprint cars down into midget cars. He knows how to drive these cars around these tracks. So this is a bit of a surprise to see that he's out on this one. Of course, get a restart like he said, but this time maybe Alistair through the back, but we still haven't actually recorded a whole lap. Maybe Graham will be able to tell us a little bit more about what he's seen from where he is. Graham, if you're out there.
Yeah, guys, I'm right here. Yeah, so there's a couple of little problems with the track, and given that we had the rain maybe 2 hours ago, we're standing up at the end of the straight coming into turn 3, and so on the straightaway, which you can't see from the audience, right down beside the wall, it's very, very wet. So what happens if the cars roll off the track on towards the wall there, they hit the wet patch. That's what happened at F2, he got upside down. Now down on the pole line, it's very wet also, and some of the guys are being forced down there. And when they only can get one wheel on the track and one wheel in the wet, that's when they get all squirrely and goes all awkward. Looks like we're going to green, guys.
Thanks very much, Brandon. And that's right, we're going green this time by and Travis Buckley get a better start this time. That's going to be Travis Buckley, he's number 1 of this one. So once again,
That was Hayden off and Travis Buckley as well. And of course, Osborne, maybe Graham or Nick, what Graham was talking about with the track. Is there any issues or any problems down there? These guys just not wanting to miss the car at this early stage of the run.
Yeah, guys, you're right, Mark. There is an issue with the track, and that's making it into a one line. So, especially on the straight between turns 2 and turn 3, the guys are coming off turn 2. Normally they would swing in a wide arc up towards the wall, but no, they're having to keep a straight line down the straight, and these cars don't really operate that well in a straight line. They usually do a nice gentle radius on the straights and then peel into the turns, and it's causing all sorts of problems. Just this wet patch. That was Travis Buckley's issue. He just got one wheel on the wet stuff on the inside of the track, and the right rear was on the hard part of the track and drove him to the infield, and unfortunately he was unable to recover from there. So it's really a one-line deal at the moment. It will get better, but they do need, if possible, to come out and wheel pack this wet patch on the track and get it back to a raceable surface.
That's right, and thanks very much, Graham. As we look to go green this time by the fast man off the front, Michael Pickett's with young Jane Wilson. Goes to the 54 of Michael Pickens, the 63 of James Worthington taking second, whilst third going to the 22 of James Earl.